Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and we are so excited to be coming to you today with another fresh new episode and another Marriage Monday. This is going to be a really fun episode today. It's going to be just like normal, but a little bit different. Me and Savannah are going to sit here and have some good conversations. Hopefully we won't roast each other today or like hash out all of our problems on the air like we usually do. But I don't know. Maybe the show will be a little more polished.
Maybe.
We need to work on that for 23. But Anyway, thanks for listening and tuning in. Thanks for supporting us. Thank you to today's show sponsors. Synced Live. This is going to be an awesome event that I can't wait to be at February 6th and the 7th in Atlanta, Georgia. If you don't have your tickets yet, get them from the link in the show notes today and show up and come hang out with us. We are so excited for that event. Cannot wait to be there. It's going to be something that is going to change the industry, I think, in 3 to 5 years. It's going to be an event that's really going to take off, and I am really, really looking forward to it. So, what are we going to get into today? Anyway, how are you doing?
You just asked me like 2 questions at one time.
I'm bad at that. I do that.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm good.
That's it? You're good?
I'm good. What do you want me to say?
What happened in your life the past week? Give us an update of what happened in your life.
I went to work. Well, actually, I didn't work.
You didn't work. You were off for a whole week.
Yes, and it was so nice, and I just hung out with Jack. Really, truly. That's what I did. Went back to work yesterday. It was sad.
Went back to work yesterday. I was dad duty all day yesterday.
Yeah,
Man.
like literally from wake up to bedtime.
Yeah, like 13 hours.
Yep.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
But
kudos to you. You survived.
Yeah, we did. We did good. We had a fun day. We had a fun day. We get to do it again tomorrow.
And the next day.
And so we're excited. It's exciting. It's a new stage of life that we're in. But I really do enjoy it. That is a benefit of a little bit of the downtime that we have in the winter right now is get to spend some more time with you when you're off work and Jack as well, watching him grow up. It's crazy to see. It's crazy to see where we're at in life, honestly, and it kind of plays into a little bit what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, no, I'm thankful that, we talked a lot about timing of having him. I don't even know if this is something we've touched on before. There's pros and cons to having him in the winter, and there's pros and cons to having him in the summer as far as him being born.
What are the pros to having him in the summer?
We were nervous about cash flow.
Oh, yeah.
Just with all of the extra finances of a baby. We didn't know what to expect at all.
Yeah.
And we were just like, oh my gosh, we're going to have a whole extra member of our family in the wintertime. And that's it can be a little unpredictable. But you have been able to be home more. And we've been really blessed. And we got a lot of good stuff from friends and family, like baby showers. Like we've bought diapers like twice. And so it hasn't been terrible. And I didn't know bills don't really start coming for a while, so
we still don't have a hospital bill.
I know it's kind of weird.
Scary.
I'm kind of getting nervous, but so I think the pros outweigh the cons as far as being born in the winter because you're able to be home more and kind of ease the transition since me going back to work. I think it's definitely been really good.
Yeah, it has been good. It was a good decision on our part. Trying.
What do you mean?
Yeah, no, I guess we didn't really decide. God decided that for us, but it was. I mean, there's things that you do to make it try to happen at least. So that's what happened for us. And so getting that Jack in September was great. It was great. We were still a little busy, had some downtime, but now we're really getting to hang out and spend some days together. But it's crazy what stage of life we're in, and this is something that we've reflected on and have kind of just looked for the year ahead, and we've talked about in the last couple of weeks of what our goals are going to be or what do we plan to do this year, and we're not going to get into all that today. That's, like I said, go back and listen to the last couple of episodes. You'll hear kind of what our plans are for this coming year and what we plan to do and achieve and where we want to be in 2024 to start the year. And so we got a lot of work to do, a lot of things to do to get there. We're not anywhere where we need to be, but it's just crazy where we're at right now. And I think I just want to talk about today really quickly. This shouldn't be a long show, but hopefully it's something that you can relate with because this is the time of year we're still in the month of January. And I know I don't want to keep this whole goal setting forecasting thing going on until June. Like, I don't want that to happen. But we always need to be getting better, and we always need to be working and improving on things. And so that's what we want to do and talk about today a little bit, is just how are we going to compare ourselves to others moving forward? What does that look like as far as playing the comparison game in the day and age that we live in? And it's very tough. Like, it's very tough to be in a world of social media, be in a world of having podcasts, being in a world of having friends that have kids versus friends that don't have kids, being a business owner versus not having a business, and being married versus not married. There's so many things. There's so many areas of life that you can compare, and you can look at your friends and you can say, well, they're somewhere where I want to be, and how are we going to get there? Or, oh, we're better than them. How do they get here? And it's, you could be very faulty. You could end up on either side there and be in trouble. So we're going to talk briefly today. How are we going to work on that in 23 by not comparing ourselves? And we haven't played the compare game too bad. Honestly, I feel like we're pretty good at it. But there have been times that we can look back.
It just depends. Yeah. I think as a general rule, women do it more so than men. It's just, I don't know. I think it's easy. And especially entering a new stage of life as a new mom, it's easy to, compare yourself to where other moms or women are. But I think us as a couple, it's extremely easy to do it. And sometimes we don't even realize that we're doing it. But it's something that I want us to get better at, because I want us to really, while we always need to strive to be better and accomplish our goals and better ourselves, still be thankful for what we have and where we are, because it won't last forever. And again, like, we are so blessed, and we need to be thankful for what we have, like, instead of focusing on what we don't have.
Yeah.
And I think there's a fine line between focusing on what you don't have, and being, like, complacent, because we still need to accomplish our goals and work on our goals and strive for better things, but don't get so caught up in it that we're not appreciative of the things in place in life that we are in. I mean, I think that can be kind of hard to do. I think we did touch on this a little bit. We talked about finding friends.
Yeah, that was a really good episode.
In your stage of life, because it's so important, because it can kind of help you to limit that. But yeah.
It's not easy, and comparison is something. So let's tackle social media real fast. Let's just dive into social media for the next 2 or 3 minutes here. Social media is one of the greatest tools in the world that we've ever seen before. It has brought us podcasts. It has brought us Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, whatever platform of your choice. It's brought us artificial intelligence. It's brought us so much stuff that is going to help us move leaps and bounds ahead of where we would if we didn't have it. Great. That's awesome. A lot of great inventors, a lot of great entrepreneurs have built these great companies, and they're really helping us today. But let's look at the downfall. Let's look at the downside of social media. What are the bad things about it? I think so 2 come to mind for me. Mm-hmm. One is it sucks your time. It just sucks your time. It will literally, it will eat up hours of your day. Look at your screen time. I'm going to challenge every one of you listening. It's Monday, so your screen time, if you have an iPhone, should have come out yesterday. Go look at your screen time for what the last week was and see which percentage of your day was spent on a screen.
Yeah, it's
90% of that was probably on social media.
Yeah.
I would guarantee you, I would challenge somebody to send me a picture of your screen time and it be less than 4 hours on your phone.
Yeah.
I don't think there is, buddy. I don't think there's anybody that's listening that it is that. And that's me included. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have this, like, we live in this world of social media runs our lives.
Yeah.
That's something that has to change if you want to excel and really grow in life. Or if social media doesn't run your life, but you need to use social media correctly.
Yeah.
And one thing I said I had 2 things. Sucks your time.
Mm-hmm.
It tears you down as far as the comparison game goes.
Oh, 100%.
You look at other people
100%.
and you just think you are totally incompetent and you shouldn't even exist. Like,
yeah.
The amount of depression and the amount of suicide rate has gone up probably since social media. I would love to see the statistics on it.
It's really sad because it truly, like, whereas before social media, I mean, you had the people that you interacted with on a day-to-day basis. And obviously there was still, like, movies and stuff like that you could compare kind of, but not in the everyday day-to-day life.
You were comparing yourself to famous actors and actresses, famous athletes.
Yeah, which everyone does.
But that's what you were doing. There was no like I'm comparing myself to my friends in California because you don't see them. Like that's that's not a thing.
Yeah. And I just think that it truly has robbed a lot of people of the joy that they should have being in the stage of life that they're in, or being thankful for the things that they do have. Because as cheesy as it is, and I know people say it all the time, but you know, the way that you look at somebody wanting what they have, somebody looks at you wanting what you have.
Yeah.
And if you're too busy focusing on the things that you don't have, wishing that you had, you know, X, Y, and Z, then you're not being appreciative of the things that someone's looking at you at, wishing that they had.
Yeah.
And so it just goes in circles. And I think even like, yes, comparing yourself to day-to-day life, but a lot of people, you know, as you get into social media and this whole world of like influencing, you get caught up in like followers and likes and shares and all this stupid stuff, because like, who cares how many followers you have or how many likes or whatever. And people literally start defining like their worth or how good their content is or how much they can bring to the table by how many followers they have. And I just think that that's so sad and not something that we should be focusing on. I mean, you say it all the time, like, we're just doing what we're doing to help people. Like, who cares how many followers or subscribers or whatever it is? Like, you can't get so caught up in that, because that's going to distract you from your goals, from your purpose, if you are constantly worried about little minute things like that.
Yeah, that is something that I would say that we've done decent at it, and it hasn't been easy. That's been something that we've worked at like all the time, because if I let statistics and followers and likes determine what kind of content I put out, and if I put it out, then I would have quit a long time ago.
Right.
Because like this podcast, we are so thankful for everyone that tunes in and listens, but it's not some massive top 1% podcast in the world. Like, it's just not. Like, it just is what it is.
And it's not to say that you don't strive to improve and to reach more people, because you do. That's part of why we're doing what we're doing. But you can't get so caught up in comparing, you know, other people that have podcasts or other people that have bigger platforms and think that you're not good enough or that what you're doing isn't worth sharing just because you don't have that following or that amount of support.
You don't use it as you can compare. You can compare all you want, but you use it as motivation. You don't compare as like, oh, I'm not as good as them. You use it as, man, they're in a spot that I really want to be in. How can I get there?
Yeah.
And that's, so social media, that if you're going to use that, if you're going to put yourself out there for social media and make posts or do whatever, then, and even if you're not trying to influence anybody or have any type of massive following or anything like that, if you're just putting your business content out there, then you need to look at it and say, how can I see other people's business content or other people's posts? How can I better myself from that? How can I reach a better quality of business, reach a better quality of content? Like, that's something that I think that is so special about our industry. And I've said this a million times. There's no industry like it that I've seen that is so tight knit, that is so, let's build each other up. Let's take the next person. Let's bring the newcomer and let's raise the floor for them. And the reason that that's so important is because everyone keeps getting better because of it. Like, we're not sitting here judging the newest podcaster on the block because they have 7 listeners. Like, that's not the case. No one did that to me. When I started 2 years ago doing this podcast, there was nobody that was like, oh, you're not good enough. You don't have any followers. You don't have any listeners. Get out of here. Like, that's not the way it was, and that's not the way it is. I love our community for that. That is the way that we have to attack social media and our platforms moving forward. Is we need to be in a place of love, of giving, and of building each other up. Because when you get into the point of tearing other people down or making fun of other people because they're not big and bad like you are, then you're in a dangerous spot. And when you get there, and that's the way your life is running, and that's what's running your life, is your numbers, your downloads, your followers, the money you're bringing in, then I'm sorry, but you're in a dangerous position.
Yeah.
And that just can't be what happens. So for us, comparison, social media, whatever you want to take it, however, whatever platform you want to use, and it might not be social media. It might be your local business friends around you, your area, or you can hit on this really fast. Like, from a woman's point of view, being a mom, being a new mom for the first time, like, that's something that is not easy.
No, and I think we'll get in even in more into that, comparison game as Jack gets older and you start comparing, like and this is really nitpicky that I think a lot of moms might resonate with, is like milestones. You're like, he's not doing this at this point, or I'm not being a good enough mom because I didn't do X, Y, and Z crafts with him. We just hung out at the house today and whatever, or I can't take him to do X, Y, and Z, or I don't have nice enough clothes for him, or we're not doing enough with him. I think it's so hard. Like, moms are already hard enough on themselves, but when you bring that aspect into it, it just is a whole nother ballgame, because you just, I don't know. It's just really hard because it's something that you've never done before. And I think that's what we have to remember is most of us are, especially, or at least for me in the stage of life I'm in, and even if you're not, if you have older kids, like, we're all figuring it out, and I think that it's true for everybody everywhere, whatever, social media, being a parent, being a wife or a husband, we're all just trying to figure it out. And everyone is going to make mistakes. Everyone's going to do something, they're going to do good. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think it's hard enough without you trying to compare, because 9 times out of 10, the person you're comparing yourself to, again, I said this earlier, is struggling with that too. So I think it's just easy to do, but really hard to just be like, why do I care what they're doing with their kid? Like, or why do I care? Like, I need to focus on me and my child or whatever and do what works for us. And that's what matters. But I think, like, you could take this even in marriage. Like, it's easy to compare your relationship with friends' relationships. And I think that is kind of more so what we wanted to talk about. And we just got on a rant about social media. But yeah, what do you think about that?
What did you just say about marriage?
What?
I was typing out my next thought. What did you say?
Oh my gosh.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning into the show today, and I'm so excited to be bringing to you a new live event in our industry. It's called Synced Live. It's the second annual event, and it's going to be on February the 6th and the 7th of 2023 at the Cobb Galleria in Atlanta, Georgia. Some of the leaders that are going to be speaking at this event from our industry are Jim McCutcheon, Deborah Cole, Mike Haynes, Jay Worth, Joe Langton, and many more. There's literally probably 10 more on this list that I'm not even reading, so there's going to be a ton of value packed from speakers there. There's also going to be education topics going on in and around the booth at the event. They're going to be talking about recruiting and retaining employees, innovation, automation, and the ROI of automation. There's going to be tons of stuff on that. There's also going to be 70-plus vendors. Now, you don't want to go to a trade show and not see vendors. So, like we said, 70-plus vendors. There's going to be vendors pertaining to porcelain paving, natural stone paving, walling systems, smart measurement, robotic mowers, tech, software, everything in between. It's going to be full of value and full of great vendors and exhibits that we get to go look at and try things out for our business and see how we can make our businesses better in the future. So, like I said, it's our second annual event, Synced Live, February 6th and 7th in Atlanta, Georgia. The 6th is a half a day of the show. The full day is on the 7th, on Tuesday. I can't wait to be a part of this. I can't wait to show up and be there and network, hang out with all of you guys. This is my first year going. If you've never gone, if you didn't go last year, make it out this year, Atlanta, Georgia. It's well worth your ticket price just for the education alone, not even to mention all the vendors and things you're going to get to see and the networking you're going to get to do. So come out and see us in Atlanta on February the 6th and the 7th at Synced Live, Cobb Galleria. We can't wait to see you there. Now let's get back to the show.
About how easy it is to compare your relationship to somebody else's.
Oh, yeah. Your relationship or like where you're at in life?
Your relation, like your marriage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I'm asking you that. Like,
yeah.
What?
No, it's very easy. It's very easy to do that. And it kind of stems off of, so social media is the biggest factor, I think, because that we talked about this 5 minutes ago of you see everyone else on there. Yeah. And so that's why you like this stuff starts running through your head. And this is something that, has the comparison game been here forever? Obviously, yes, it has. Has it been to this level? I don't think so. Most people aren't putting everything on social media. That's what you have to remember.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, it's a highlight reel. It's
a highlight reel. And that's why we've tried to not do that. Like, I don't want to do that. So, one example, funny story. me and it's downtime. We were doing unbillable shop time around the house, getting things fixed up, organizing the basement where all of our stuff stays. We're just getting the box truck in order. We're just doing stuff around the house. One of the things that needed to be done was I needed to add a piece of concrete area into my driveway. So I needed like an extra 40 square feet needed to be poured because I was, from pulling in and out, it was just muddy and worn down and everything. So that needed to be done. So we decided to do it this past week. We decided to pour some concrete for the first time. Am I a professional concrete installer? Absolutely not. Never done it. I've used concrete to put a mailbox in. Like that. That's the extent of what I've used concrete for. So I did a little bit of research on YouTube and whatever. And the guy that works with me, he's done a little bit. He's watched a lot of concrete people. So we were like, well, let's just try it. Let's just do it. Well, we put that on YouTube. I mean, not on YouTube. We put that on TikTok. We put that on Instagram. And it blew up on TikTok because people were just roasting me for the way it was being done. And that is the definition of how comparing and things like that can just be taken so out of proportion, because we put not all of our like highlight reel on Instagram and TikTok. We showed the stuff for the first time. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like we showed the stuff that was like, this isn't professional. We showed our mess ups. And if we didn't, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm trying to figure out how this pulls into comparing your relationships to other people.
No, I said this was a funny story first.
Oh my gosh, that's
we're
literally
going there.
Okay, just take it.
We're going there. No.
I'm literally this whole time trying to be like, I just asked you how you...
No, I said funny story first, so let me finish my story.
Okay.
We're not putting our highlight reel out there. We're putting the good stuff, yes, but we're putting the bad stuff as well. That concrete job, is it going to serve the purpose for what we did it for? Absolutely. Is it professional? Absolutely not. And so if we were trying to put out that we were professional concrete installers, then we would not show that. We wouldn't put that on social media. But I don't care. It's our wins and our losses. Like we're trying to figure it out along the way. So put that stuff out there. Don't be afraid to do that, because when you get into the habit of just posting your highlight reels and things like that, then it almost makes your page fake. It makes people not respect you more, because they know, or anybody with common sense knows, that behind the scenes you're failing to. You're having little failures. You're winning, but there's things that are not literally as perfect as you put in your stories and your posts. So just remember that moving forward is like, post the things that don't always go as planned. Like it would just, that's what I'm trying to say moving forward. Just don't make social media just such a highlight reel. You're going to post good content, but post the good and the bad. So, marriage and relationships. That's what this show is about, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
that's what I'd asked about.
So, what are we going to talk about now? We're going to talk about how you compare to each other. Comparing to each other is a dangerous game. It's a very dangerous game. You can compare your marriage to someone else's, and I think you can end up causing a lot of stress in your marriage moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's way easier to do on social media, because it's more common now for people to post like not so much highlight reel, like you're saying, of businesses and times that they screwed up or mistakes they made. But like, I feel like people don't usually do that with marriage, because, and I don't really think that you should, because I'm not going to publicly talk negative about you.
No.
I'm not going to sit on
talk
social
on that.
media.
So talk about that really quick before we go into this.
Yeah.
Tell our stance on that.
Yeah.
This is something that we were told by our parents. This was wisdom that we received before we were even married.
Yeah. So we have pretty much said that no matter what's going on, we're not going to speak negatively about each other to other people. Now,
to anyone, to our parents, to our friends,
other people,
to anyone.
I will never. I have not and do not ever plan to go to my parents when we're in an argument, if we have something going on. That's also because I don't think parents forget things. Like,
well, and they're obviously going to take the side of their kid. And they're obviously going
to take your side. Like, whereas Jeremiah is so lucky in that I don't really hold grudges. Like, I'm over things in about 7 minutes. So I get over it pretty quickly, but like, my dad's not going to forget that. Or if we're in something and he goes to his parents and tells his mom, she's not going to forget that. She's going to see that I did whatever. And it's the same way with your friends. Your friends don't forget things. So we've always said we're not going to go to our friends or our parents or family when we're having problems with each other. That's not to say that you should not have people in your life that you can't go to for advice on how to handle issues. I feel like we have some people that if we were having problems or couldn't figure out how to get through a situation, we could go to and ask for advice. That is different than literally going to your friends and bad-mouthing your spouse. That's not cool. Like
it's not an option.
Yes, like leaving. You know, if y'all have had a rough night and I'm going to hang out with a friend or we're going to work out, like I just said that because that's what me and Abby do all the time.
I guess, yeah.
But like I'm not gonna get in the car and just bash Jeremiah. And I would, you know, he's not going to do that when he goes to play basketball or go play golf or whatever about me, just because, again, that's wrong. Like, we're not claiming to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. We have arguments. We have things that we have to work through. Everyone does. But that is not going to be something that we post about in the sense of talking negatively about each other. You can openly talk about struggles. I think we've
if you've listened to this show for any length of time, you've heard that.
Been pretty clear on that.
But it's something you do together.
Yes. I'm not going to go off on my personal page and post a 15-minute long story about why I'm upset with Jeremiah today. To be real, air quote, real.
This is why Savannah's not on my close friends list on Instagram.
Is it? But yeah, so I think it's hard to do because I would think a lot of people probably take that stance and that they're not going to go all over social media and bash. So it's easy to look at other people's relationships on social media and be like, wow, they dressed up and went on a date night. When was the last time we did that? Or look at them getting to take this trip together. They really prioritize themselves and we haven't done anything together in so long, or look at them having fun. We don't laugh. Like, it's stupid stuff like that. I think it's easy to do, but you can't do that. I don't think you talk about, comparing yourself for improvement with the business and social media. I don't think you should compare your marriage with anybody else's. I mean, there are things that you want to strive toward together in your marriage to improve on. Yes. But every marriage is different because every person is different. So things that people do that work for them probably or might not work for you or be good for you.
Yeah, so everything that you do and that everyone else does not always apply to your situation. And that's something that you have to take into consideration and I've said this before, I'll say it again, and you have to remember this. You need to be content where you are, just never be satisfied.
Yeah, no, I totally agree because just like like what I was just saying, it's easy to look at people taking look at them taking that trip together, or look at them going out, or the fun family night that they're having. Like, we need to do that, or why don't we do more stuff like that together, X, Y, and Z. We don't just have fun like that. They might not be in the same stage of life that you are. I think it's just easy to look at the picture, look at the caption, and be like, oh, why don't we do that? Or, oh, that looks so much fun. We should do more stuff like that. Or Jeremiah never does stuff like that for me, or I need to do this for him. It's all about also like the stage of life, because it's easier to do those things when your kids are older. Anyways, that might not make a lot of sense, but I feel like I find myself looking at married people that are going off and doing all these fun things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why don't we do that? But they don't have babies or they don't have young kids, and so I'm like, well, duh, that's a lot easier. And I'm not saying we shouldn't prioritize that, because we need to. But I think I also find myself doing that with people that might be our age, but they don't have kids. So, like, obviously it's going to be easier to drop everything and really focus in on each other. But yeah.
Well, one thing that's not going to be talked about a lot, and you're not going to hear it mainstream, is you also cannot let somebody who has a big influence on social media, or even if they don't have a big influence, they have a page or whatever, they share content, they have a podcast, they do whatever. You cannot let somebody who has a greater income than you have in your stage of life control your spending habits.
Yeah, 100%. Just trying to keep up. Yeah.
That's the definition of trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah. Like,
you're trying to do things that you physically can't do because you're not in the same stage of life as them. And that's something that we have to look at all the time, is like, we have to have this conversation together, because a lot of our friends, a lot of our people that we've gotten close with on social media and just in our life, even at home, they're all at least 10 years older than us.
Yeah.
Well, most of them.
Yeah. Pastor Brady actually talked about this today.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're at least 10 years older than us. Some of them 15.
Yeah.
So they have 15 years of time, and time to build their business, and time to grow their wealth, and time to do all these things. They've worked hard for that.
Right. Yeah.
We can't expect that overnight. We cannot expect to be in the same stage as them when we're 15 years behind them.
Yeah. Or, and even like just back to marriage or to have as deep of a relationship. Like that's just 15 more years together that we don't have. Like we can't
not
expect to have.
Don't think that.
No. But also like don't be unreasonable, with the things that you're wanting. Like he was saying today, like so many people, at least where we live, want everything that our parents took 20, 25, 30 years to build and gain and grow. We want it today. Because we got married and we're adults now that we like are owed, the nicest house and good cars. We live in such a
community. Like I'm sure somebody else out there does lives in this, but like our community that we live in is so like, it's such a comparison game.
Oh, it keep up with the Joneses, like trying to be the next best, like always having the cutest clothes. Like, and maybe
like people are up to their debt and eyeballs.
Oh,
up to their debt and eyeballs. Up to their eyeballs in debt.
Yeah, all the time. And
trying
he
to
went
keep
hard
up
on it today.
Yeah, he did.
But yes, it's so true. People our age think that because their parents have it or because, people older than them have it, that they should have that too. And that's not the case. And sometimes that happens fast for people. Yeah, is that cool? Yeah, good for them. But that's not the majority of people. The majority of people spend quite a while working, saving their money, living within their means.
Below their means.
Within, below, whatever, to save money to build a life that they want.
And I guarantee you, so do people get wealth? Do people find a product or create a source or something that blows up pretty fast and they can really accelerate their income in a couple of years? Yes, they can. But I guarantee you each and every one of them, before that ever happened, before they found the next video or the next product or the next release, before they did any of that, they were already had their finances in order. They were already living on a budget. They were already living below their means. They were already doing those things. And so when they hit gold or whatever you want to call it, when their product took off, then they were in a good spot. They were already using their money wisely, and that's something that we have to do. And it's not to say that you can't accelerate your wealth. I want you to accelerate your wealth. I want you to be where your parents are. It's what took them 50 years. Let it take you 25 years. Like that is totally fine. But you can't look at it and expect that for nothing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to work. We're going to have to spend time out in the field doing whatever your job is. Maybe you have a landscape company or a cake business. Or I was looking on my Facebook the other day. There's a local bakery that just opened up down the road in the city that I started in. And she's blowing up. She's selling out every single day. Like she's doing amazing. And that's really awesome to see. So maybe she will. Maybe it took her parents 25 years. Well, maybe it'll take her 15 years. But she's going to put a ton of work into that bakery.
And
she's going to be there open to close.
Put a ton of work in the past however long.
Exactly. And that's so.
That's what people don't necessarily always see is everything that leads up to making it.
But do not let this come across as don't try to accelerate your wealth. Like I'm telling you, accelerate your wealth. Make it in 10 years. In 10 years, be in a year. In a year, be different than where you are. In 5 years, be financially free. Whatever you need to do to get there, do it. But don't just expect it for nothing.
Well, yeah, and don't sit on your phone and social media and compare to where other people are and just sit there and throw a pity party because you don't have what they have and your relationship isn't where theirs is or where you want it to be. Get up, put your head down, and do what you need to do to get it. You know, I think that's what we're trying to say is comparison will really kill the stage of life in the place that you're in. It can cause you to really be ungrateful for what you have, essentially, because you're constantly worried about other people and what they have and what you don't. And it can distract you from what you really need to be doing, which is focusing on you, yourself, your family, your business to accomplish the things that you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, when you get caught comparing, like, just remember, there's always a bigger fish. Like, there's always a bigger 100%. Fish. Like, the biggest fish, there's a bigger one. I promise you.
Yeah.
Like, it just is the way it goes. There always is a bigger fish. You can be doing good. Somebody's going to be bigger or better. And you cannot get caught up in that. You cannot be in that world. There's three steps to financial success. One is money. The second one is time. The third one is consistency. Those all three have to go together if you want financial success. You have to have the money. You have to generate income. You have to put the time into generating the income, and you have to be consistent when you produce the income and what you do with it. Mm-hmm. You have to be a good steward. You have to do the things you're supposed to do with your money. If you're not responsible with $10, why would the Lord allow you to make $1 million? It's that simple.
Yeah.
And so money plus time plus consistency equals financial success. And that's something that we want to work on this year. I hope you all do as well. I hope this has been of some benefit. Comparison is a nasty game. It can be a killer.
Yeah.
But use it. It's not all bad. Social media is not all bad. That's not what I'm trying to say here. Just use it wisely.
Yeah.
Use it as motivation. Don't when you see somebody who's further along in life and in business than you are, use it as motivation for you to grow, not for you to say, well, I'm not as good as them. I'm a failure.
Right. Don't throw yourself a pity party.
Yeah. Don't throw yourself a pity party. And this isn't an excuse. I can't stand it. I can't stand when people look at social media or look at a podcast and look at just like, oh, I'm not as good as him. I'm never going to be able to do it. I can't stand that crap. Don't do that. Look at them, grow, learn, become a better business leader, become a better person, become a better husband, wife, whatever you need to be in your stage of life, a better parent. Learn from them, move forward, and change your life and your future.
Yep.
So that's pretty much all I got for you today, guys. I hope this episode was of some value. I hope we brought a little more energy. It's just, man, I love doing this every week of Monday. Marriage Monday is just awesome. I can't dream of doing anything else, honestly. I love it. I want to grow this side. I want to continue to do this. We have hopefully some big things coming up this year. We want to do a lot more as far as trying to guide and relate and teach each and every one of you some of the things that we've learned along the way and learn from you all as well. So hopefully we can do that together this year and in the years moving forward. But you got anything else that you want to leave anybody with? You got like a word of the week or something, or some
word of the week?
Some
no,
life-changing advice?
No, I kind of tried to wrap it up like 5 minutes ago, and then you just kept taking off. So I'm not going to repeat myself.
It's stuff that I'm passionate about, so it needs to be talked about.
Good stuff. So, good stuff.
3 steps. Don't forget the 3 steps. Money plus time plus consistency equals financial success. Contentment is key. Be content, but never be satisfied in your life. Just try to be better, guys. Thank you all for listening in. We're looking forward to seeing everybody in Atlanta, February 6th and 7th. Before that, we got Podcast Summit coming up this week. We'll be there, and cannot wait to see anybody in just 5-6 days from now. And so cannot wait for a great day on Saturday. Hopefully we get some of you on and do some great interviews. Looking forward to hanging out and networking with everybody there. And then we got some fun stuff coming up here in the spring. It'll be here before you know it. Whatever you need to do, get out there and make yourself a better business leader or a better spouse or parent. Whatever you need to do, take the steps to do it. Thanks for listening in, guys, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next episode.